Stuart and I have lived on Mercer Island for about 25 years. We have 4 sons. Having 3 boys, we were really hoping we'd have a girl. We were kind of excited about that prospect. When they were doing the ultrasound, they noticed that the baby had a heart defect. Everything sort of started spinning from that point on. And the doctor said that's very common with Down syndrome. And then he said that we were going to have a little boy. I was terrified. It was a really dark time. Really dark time. Our OBGYN he was really exceptional. And I remember he handed him to us and he said, "He's just perfect."
Hulk smash. Well, Max has Down syndrome, and Down syndrome is essentially he has an extra gene. We've learned about patience and understanding.
I did let him wear his snoo boots to school last week. You know, he really wanted to wear them.
Friendship Circle is an organization that pairs up teens from 6th grade through 12th grade with kids of special needs of all ages.
One of the core programs of Friendship Circle is the Sunday Circle. And it is a program where on Sundays at the Community Center on Mercer Island, all the kids of all abilities gather and play.
My friend Jill told me about Friendship Circle several years ago and how her daughter, who's a good friend of Max's, just loved it. And Friendship Circle is on Sundays, and we go to church on Sundays. And it seemed like it was too much for us to go straight from church basically right to Friendship Circle. So we didn't do it. And then I think she mentioned it again to me and was like, "I think Max would really like this." So we tried it. We went one Sunday. He loved it. I mean, he had the time of his life. It opened up a whole new world for him with friends and his Friendship Circle community, really. We kind of joke that he's the king of the Friendship Circle, because he walks into that community center like he owns the place. It's really changed his life.
Absolutely. And I think he got connected with David, right from the beginning.
About 4 years ago, I was picking up David from Sunday Circle, and I knew he was matched up with a boy named Max. And in walked in Stephanie, who was Max's mom, and I introduced myself.
Yeah, so Lisa introduced herself to me one week, and she and I became fast friends, and they started inviting Max over to their house for dinner, for play dates. They had him over for Hanukkah.
On Tuesdays, we built a tradition with Max and his family where he gets together with our kids after school and always ends up at our house for playing.
Sadie will pick him up in the office, and they walk to Starbucks together. Usually there's some other kids in tow that ask if they can join them.
Say my friends ask me to hang out. They're like, "Oh, you free today?" I'm like, "Oh, no, I have Max." They're like, "Can we come?" They all, everyone loves Max.
Yeah. They just hang out there like preteens. Max gets his Frappuccino or whatever he wants to get.
Max is the most energetic and funny person to be around ever.
And it's usually a really fun and loud car ride home. He enjoys so many things around the house and he feels very at home. He kicks his shoes off, jumps on the couch, and
he likes to run around and play tag. He likes to play with the balls. He plays 2 square, 4 square. He likes to build with the blocks.
They play a lot of basketball, hide and seek, watch movies, just
fun stuff.
Regular kid stuff.
And David and Sadie have been just wonderful with him.
Yeah.
You know, they show just really great patience and love, and they're great people.
Yeah.
They would say best friends.
He calls Lacey mom, and he calls Rob dad. Sometimes I think he'd rather have them be his mom and dad. Today when I was driving him over there for bowling, he was like, "Is Rob gonna be there?" And I go, I think so. He goes, well, if he's not there, ask where he is. And I said, okay. I'll ask.
And he knows their extended family.
Yeah.
Aunt Bev.
He knows their grandma.
And grandma, and he kind of, he spends enough time over there. It's kind of like his second home in some ways.
Yeah.
In addition to our friendship with Max, we've developed a really nice relationship with Stephanie and Stu. They're wonderful to be around. They've been great friends to us. And Stephanie and I even work out together a couple times a week.
We've celebrated his birthday, and we do lots of things with Max and his family.
He came to both of our bar and bat mitzvahs.
Just last week, David had a rec basketball game, and Max was there. He came with us to watch David play. And when Stu came to pick Max up, he stayed and watched the game. So he was there to support David as well.
And it's all of life events. It's the happy times, and it's some of the sad times too.
For example, my Aunt Beverly passed away suddenly, and it was a really rough week. And a few days after, I hear a knock on the door, and I open the door, and I see Max holding a huge bouquet of flowers. And he knew that it was a sad moment. He wasn't joking, he was serious, and he walked in, handed me the flowers, and he gave me a huge hug. And there were no giggles, no sarcasm. He was on, and he knew that we needed a friend in him, and he delivered. We're so grateful to Max's parents, Stephanie and Stu, because obviously they're the ones bringing up this wonderful boy with these characteristics, teaching him what is needed to be a friend. So Friendship Circle is about giving friendship to the special needs kids, but he sure delivers us a friendship in return.
We are really grateful for the Friendship Circle organization and the organizers, as well as the volunteer, young men and young women.
I couldn't be more impressed with the mentors. I'm always amazed how many mentors there are. It's just touching. The kids just show a lot of patience and maturity, and I really appreciate all of them.
Being a part of Friendship Circle shows our kids there's a seat at the table for everybody. Whether it's the lunchroom or at a play date, it's given them an opportunity to practice the art of inclusion. And that's going to stay with them throughout their lives.
Friendship Circle has really opened up his world and provided him with a whole new community. It's been incredible, really.